Hi, I'm Beth Perry. It's Friday, June 6, 2008. In this week's Beaker Beat, there's a French invasion on the life sciences sector, little heart pumps can do big things, and life sciences makes the cover of Forbes. Those are some of the top stories in this week's Beaker Beat. So last week we talked about the Japanese investing in America. This week, parlez-vous français? France's Ipsen made 3 notable investments this week, which their CEO says will give them a fully fledged infrastructure in North America. The deals are acquiring more shares in the endocrinology arena at Tersica, buying Vernalis Limited's U.S. operations, which focuses on neuromuscular disorders, and taking on a purchase agreement to acquire a portion of hematology technology at Octogen. Ipsen CEO says there's a potential to make $300 million by the year 2012 and close to $1 billion by the end of the decade. If you're in the market for a biotech job, there's a company you'll want to put under your microscope. MedImmune is increasing their staff by 25%. That's 800 jobs. They're mostly in R&D and clinical research, and you'd likely be in Maryland, California, or the UK. When MedImmune was acquired a year ago by London-based AstraZeneca, they went from 2,500 jobs to 3,000 jobs by year's end. One reason for the hiring boost may be that MedImmune has committed to doubling their own pipeline, which would require more white coats on staff. Score one for the little guys. Make that the littlest guy. The world's smallest heart pump has been approved by the FDA. It's literally about this long, and a biomed says that it helps to maintain blood flow in heart failure patients before and after surgery. The Impella 2.5 cardiac assist device goes in through an artery in the leg and keeps the blood circulating. It can reportedly deliver more blood volume than what's currently available in the U.S., and it's able to relieve stress on the heart at the same time. Impella costs $20,000 and is reimbursed by Medicare. There are about 1,700 centers in the country where it can be sold. We join 40 other countries already using the tiny pump. A few big pieces of news out of Pfizer this week: its struggle with their annual dividend, some setbacks with their stop smoking drug, and plans for growth have been released. Now, Pfizer shareholders will tell you they like Pfizer stock because of the reliable annual dividend. It's consistently above the drug industry average for investor returns. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the world's largest drug company, facing generic competition for moneymaker Lipitor just around the bend, Chief Executive Jeffrey Kindler is having trouble persuading investors that he's figured out how to keep the company going. Now, couple that news with Pfizer's newer stop smoking drug and a report released that side effects include heart problems to seizures, depression, and suicidal thinking. Some are calling them down, but Pfizer says don't count them out. At the annual American Society of Clinical Oncology in Chicago this week, Pfizer announced it expects to kick off 7 phase 3 studies in 2008. 2 are open and enrolling, and 5 are planned to begin by the end of the year. And there's more in the ASCO 2008 roundup. 33,000 attendees blew into the Windy City. That's 10% more than they had anticipated. And as expected, Imclone and Erbitux dominated the discussion this week. After multiple presentations and much debate, Erbitux received a mixed reaction to its releases at the conference, which were the subject of much speculation leading into the event. The big winner still remains Genentech's Avastin, which seems to have held on to its premier position in the oncology market and the leading treatment for lung cancer. Exelixis showed off its candidate for thyroid cancer. The company plans on starting a pivotal phase 3 trial this summer. That's a good sign of progress for the San Francisco company. It was also a good meeting for Celgene. Revlimid continues to grow in its treatment, and now there's exciting data suggesting the drug could have a big role in non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Next year's conference is already scheduled, so book your flight for Orlando in 2009. And the next time you're at the airport or the bookstore, you'll definitely want to pick up this issue of Forbes magazine. Life Sciences made it to the cover, and that doesn't happen every day. The article features stem cell research, the scientists who are cashing in, and the diseases they're targeting. Did you know that it was almost a decade ago that the first human embryonic stem cells were created in a lab at the University of Wisconsin? It's a pretty interesting article. Read it and then tell us what you think. Now, mark your calendar for Bio 2008, which starts in San Diego this coming week. We'll be out there checking it out and reporting back to you. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks for checking in. I'm Beth Perry with Beaker Beat.